Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day The Last Resort Season 3 Episode 8, The Last Leap of Faith. So we're just going to get on to it. Before we begin, I do have a Kenny and Armando Hannah update. Yes, when I did my 90-day review, I talked about the medical emergency about Armando's daughter Hannah. We have some great news. Hannah has been released from the hospital. Praise God. Armando and Kenny took to social media to give us that update. She still has to be monitored, and she has to stay in the Phoenix, Arizona area for like a month or so, just to be monitored and stuff. Unfortunately, Armando's visa runs out on Sunday, so he has to go back. But Kenny will be with Hannah for the next month and everything. But they said that once Armando got to the hospital to see Hannah, that's when Hannah started feeling better and everything. So like sometimes you just need like your parent, like that one person beside you that means the most to you. And once that person is there, you're gonna feel better. And so I thought that was awesome. And by the grace of God, Hannah's doing better. All right, so that's the good news. All right, the update. All right, so now that's the update and now the recap. So last resort. So we picked up where we left off last week with Rebecca just going crazy with Ziad. Um, when Ziad said that Rebecca's not a real wants her to be a real wife, he said that he didn't mean it the way she took it. He just wants her to be like more there, less busy, and everything. So they're still like it's the aftermath of that one. Rebecca goes back to the group. Zia decides to take a walk just to cool off because she's just screaming at him like a lunatic and stuff. So so Dr. Tyrone talks to them, and then he actually told Rebecca, like, you can't keep doing like this and walking away and stuff. Like, you have to really confront these issues, basically. And I agree. She's screaming and then walking away and stuff. And we'll talk more about walking away with another couple. But anyway, we get back to the group, and then we talk to Russ and Powell. So Russ and Powell, the issues with them is just that I know there's like a lot of intimacy issues. Like I remember like they were arguing last week about him not doing his homework and stuff. And Powell likes to like she wants Russ to just like be able to basically do things without being told and stuff. Like even when it comes to their intimate life and stuff and everything, she just wants Russ to take charge and just like basically mind read everything. A lot of people just want everybody to mind read when it comes to things and stuff. She likes to threaten the word divorce a lot with him. She said on Between the Sheets that she has seen an attorney, but she said that there was something before they went to the castle. There was like a argument. They had like a little argument with the kid, and the kid said something like along the lines that mommy wants to break up the family or something like that, like indicating that Russ probably planted that seed in the kid's head. And so she said that was like the really major time where she really like thought that and stuff and everything. And now she said, like I said, she said she wanted to get see an attorney, but she feels very Russ feels very emasculated by her. She's really she is an alpha woman. Like she comes on really high strung and stuff and everything. But I don't know. But Russ said that she is all talk and never really does nothing to her threats. So Russ and Power are still working on that. Then the next couple they went to was Kara and Guillermo. And so Kara and Guillermo, it's just the same thing. Guillermo said that, with Kara like doing her OnlyFans, he is worried that their son is gonna be bullied, and I agree. Because Kara's like, everything I do, I'm thinking of my son and everything. I'm like, that's all well and good, but he's right. He's right, and you guys are on TV anyway. Like when when their little son gets older and starts going to school and everything, and that gets out, especially when he gets older, when they do research and stuff, like that's gonna get out. And so like, I, I don't. And her, it's different. It's different. I mean, everybody can tell faces, obviously, but it's different with adult film stars have, like, their adult film star name compared to they never use their real name. But Kara doing all this stuff, everyone knows Kara and stuff, so that doesn't make it any better and stuff. So I agree. So I agree with it. So Dr. Tyrone told Guillermo that we guys need to have like just like try to enjoy a little bit more of the experience and try not to like focus too much hardcore into heavy stuff that's tearing you guys apart and stuff, and start kind of respecting each other. And Kara's like, yes, respect. Now Guillermo said that he would do that, but he really ain't. So that was basically that. Now, they were supposed to talk to Sarper and Shekinah, but after the whole Rebecca and Zia thing, Shekinah went to her tent just to get away from the situation. And then she was like talking crap. She's like, man, Rebecca's just so mean. She's this, and that. Like, Zia could do so much better. and everything. Like, she is so nasty. And Rebecca is just like, I got Zia telling me I'm not a real wife. And then on top of that, I'm hearing Shekinah's like comments. I'm just going to try to ignore both of them, pretend that neither one of them exist and stuff. And like I said, when it came to Rebecca, I actually agree with Shekinah. But that's the only time I agree with Shekinah, because they annihilated themselves from the group. Like, they were supposed to talk to them about, because at this point now, we don't even know what's going on more with Supper and Shekinah. Like, we don't. At them as a couple, like, what else is going on with them? Because Shekinah is just too upset because the group can't stand her right now. Sarper's just over it, trying to be their first wife, but he's over it and stuff. So, like, what are we working on over here? I don't know. So everybody wraps up and decides to go to bed and stuff and everything. Everybody has to sleep in tents throughout the night, which is so uncomfortable. Kara and Guillermo did sleep in the same tent, but Guillermo built a wall in the tent because he did not want Kara touching him. And Kara was like, why are you doing this? He's like, I don't, just leave me alone. Leave me alone. She was like, whatever happened to respect? He was like, I ain't respecting you. Kara said, I'm not trying to hook up. I just want like some kind of touch with you and stuff and everything. And he was just like, well, just hold my hand. And then he built that wall. Guillermo, like I said, Guillermo is just not sexually attracted to Kara anymore. He's just not. He's almost acting like Gino. Really, he's acting like how Gino was with Jasmine and stuff. Guillermo is just not attracted to Kara no more. Like, there's nothing. And he said that the only way that we can get back together is if she stops doing that and stuff. She said, like, well, this is a need. He was like, it was never a need before. They get money from the show. Well, how is this a need? Because they get a lot of money from the show. She has a job and then this little fake music career and stuff and everything. So I see Guillermo's point. She has like multiple projects going on. So like, how is that a need? I don't get it. I really don't. So what else? Patrick and Thais. Patrick and Thais so far have not been all that toxic. Now, we all know what's happening in modern day with them, but on the last resort, and I know there's still more to come when we see John come in and stuff for family therapy and stuff and everything, but right now, like, they're getting along. They actually were intimate in the tent. Like, they sit on between the sheets that they got a quickie in and stuff, and Patrick was like, when are we going to be able to do this again and stuff. What else? Russ and Powell, it was whatever. Rebecca and Zia, not much. Sarper and Shekinah was killing bugs the whole night. Apparently, she woke up in the middle of the night killing a lone centipede and stuff, everything this long. So not comfortable. And Jenny and Submit, like Jenny was just like, there's something crawling on me or in between my thighs, and it's not you, Submit. And she called out Submit about Submit, I guess, had a headache, and she called him out. That's what you get for drinking too much. And he was like, I only had one beer. And Pal said on Between the Sheets that that beer was actually hers. So Submit stealing beer and stuff. So anyway, so everybody says goodnight in the tents. The next morning, everybody wakes up. I think Russ and Patrick and Guillermo started making breakfast like on the fire. You know, it just felt like it. You know, watching that scene, it just felt like a regular episode of Naked and Afraid. Basically, they had to sleep in their shelters. I mean, at least they got to have tents, but sleep in their shelters and then wake up, build a fire, and cook their food. Like Submit tried to burn some hot dogs, and he's like, I don't eat this in India. He don't eat beef and stuff in India and stuff. But he tried to like roast a hot dog and stuff. Guillermo made these like, I don't know, like some kind of like tacos or whatever that that he learned in Venezuela and stuff and everything. And you know, all the girls came out, and everybody just started gathering around trying to eat their breakfast, except for Sarper and Shekinah. Sarper and Shekinah got up, and they looked at everybody at the group. Pal made a comment. Now, she didn't see Sarper and Shekinah in the background, but Pal made a comment saying, I'm so glad to be here with all of you guys. This, and that. All you guys, like, this is the group I want to be with, yada, yada, yada. Shekinah and Sarper's just like, this sucks. I feel like like, nobody wants us. Like, we're exiled from this group, yada, 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 and everything. So, however, on Between the Sheets, Shekinah said that little did they know that me and her and Sarper already had like a big breakfast prior to that. Apparently, they woke up in the middle of the night to go find a bathroom and just take a walk because she couldn't sleep. And she found like this area where there was all kind of food, roasted potatoes, bacon, eggs, etc., and everything that was already up in the middle of the night. Come to find out, that was actually the crew's food. she went to the crew area, and her and Sarper went to the crew area and stole some food, basically. Now, if that was Naked and Afraid, they would have been kicked off the show. That actually happened on the episode of Naked and Afraid one time. There was this guy took his partner to the production area and saw some food because he wasn't catching no animal food, and then he tried to steal a bag of chips and stuff for his partner because his partner passed out, and they got caught, and they got kicked off the show. So I thought that was funny when Shekinah said that she found the catering area and stuff. So then now Dr. Tyrone and the other wilderness guy comes out and wants to have a meeting and told Shekinah and Sarper to come over, and Russ was going to make some room for Sarper and Shekinah, and Pal was like, "Oh no, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. You're gonna stay right here with me." But Sarper and Shekinah find a spot. So now we have a new activity coming out. They said, we're going to put you guys in the car, and we're going to have another challenge, basically. And everybody was like, oh boy. So we get back to where they started from. Today's challenge is another communication challenge, and it's going to be ape selling. Now this is the second time I've seen ape selling in the last few months from 90 Day. Remember back on before the 90 days when Elise and Joshua did ape selling? Remember when Elise was having a fit and it got really cold and stuff and everything? So at least that one was with water. At least this one was just on rock climbing. So this exercise, once again, is for communication. They have to, like, one person is going to be coming down the rocks, and their partners will be on a walkie-talkie guiding them. I guess there's like pictures of animals planted on the rocks, and the partners, when they come down, have to grab it and stuff and be guided down. So all the guys are going up there, and all the girls are staying back, except for Patrick and Thais. Thais is going to go up, and Patrick is going to stay back because Patrick is still recovering from those 2 leg injuries, so he don't want to. Thais says she don't want him to injure his leg. So that was very brave. That was very brave of Thais. Like, everybody's kind of scared of heights. So So they're going to be doing it two at a time. The first people to go up was actually Thais and Sarper, and Shekinah and Patrick had to guide them. Now, yeah, imagine them hooking them up. Now, Thais don't have like much issues with Sarper. Obviously her issues are with Shekinah, but Patrick can't stand Shekinah, and Patrick don't have much. And same with Patrick and Sarper. Patrick don't have much beef with Sarper. Just got the issue with Shekinah and stuff. I think like Sarper probably feels like Patrick is weak. He's a puppet and stuff that he mentions next week and stuff and everything, just for the obvious reasons. But all in all, like he doesn't have like any hardcore issues with Sarper. Now, Sarper and Thais are coming down the rock, ape selling. Patrick and Shekinah are guiding them. Both of them are scared of heights. Like they're freaking out. They're scared of heights. So it starts out. They come down very slowly. Patrick and Shekinah are guiding their partners all the way through. Both of them pick up their animal cards and stuff and everything. Now, after they both picked up their animal cards, I think Thais had slipped a little bit. Now, granted, everybody's held on by harnesses and stuff and everything, but Thais had slipped and she was freaking out. Sarper was kind enough to like help her. Hey, look, hey, come this way. Come to my direction. Here, I got you, and stuff and everything. Shekinah's in the walkie-talkie saying, "Babe, focus on you. Don't worry about her. Focus on you." And Patrick's guiding Thais, you got it, more, and everything. And so they completed, Sarper and Thais completed, and they both scared, but they got down, and everybody's giving them a round of applause. Patrick and Thais had a great job communicating. They were proud of each other. Everybody was so happy for them and stuff. As soon as they get down to the ground, though, Shekinah is pissed at Sarper. She called him a traitor. She was like, I cannot believe you did that. Why would you help her? You just helped the girl that attacked me and stuff. Like you're not loyal for that. Your loyalty should revolve around me. Sarper is just like, okay, well, this is a different situation. This is like a scary, dangerous situation. I'm gonna help her. Like it doesn't really matter. I'm going to help her and stuff and everything. And she kind of was just like, well, if the roles were reversed, Patrick wouldn't have helped me. Now, between the sheets, Patrick said that he would have helped Shekinah in that situation because, like when it's a dangerous situation and you feel like you're like going to die and stuff and everything, like of course he's going to help you, whether he likes you or not and stuff, So like, I don't know, Shekinah just overreacted to that and stuff. Like I know she's still upset about what happened and everything, but still, like you don't want to see somebody get hurt like that. And she'd be like, oh, well, she tried to hurt me the other night, but this is different. This is different. Like, one slip up, and, here's another thing. One slip up, she could have injured her leg or something like that. She like, the harness could have broken. She probably could have got hurt really bad. What would happen if that really happened? She kind of would have been like, she deserved it, or something like that. No, she probably would have said something like that and stuff. So I don't know, Shekinah and Rebecca, they just make me sick. The season wouldn't be as toxic if it wasn't for them too. It's just them too. It's not even them as a couple. Zia is not the problem, and Sarper's not the problem. I mean, yes, in their marriages they are, but at the resort they're not. Everybody else is getting along. There's no drama between anybody else in the group. It's just everybody's just centered around Shekinah and a little bit of Rebecca. So yeah, I don't know. This is, but I can't believe Shekinah got really mad about Sarper helping Thais like that. It wasn't a big deal. It was the right thing to do. Sarper said that he would do it again. That's just the kind of person he is and stuff. Despite them being annihilated from the group, he would help somebody who was in need. That's a decent human being. So, loyalty, yes, there is loyalty, but when it comes to saving somebody's life, like I don't know, I don't know. I don't understand when like people get like that, because like you want somebody to get hurt because like your loyalty revolves around them and stuff and everything. Like if I'm in a situation, like I'm glad my girlfriend's not a jealous person like that, because and I was with somebody who was like that and stuff, and probably would have reacted the same way she kind of did. But it doesn't matter male or female. If somebody's in need, I'm going to help them. I'm going to help them. What if it's a male or female? Like, it doesn't mean I want them and I'm going to let my partner suffer in the midst. It just means I'm trying to do the right thing. There's nothing wrong with trying to do the right thing. So, I just can't stand Shekinah. Now, judging by the previews of next week, all the other couples are going to be coming down. Ross and Powell, they're still going to have, like, I don't even get their issues, really. I guess there's going to be, Patrick and Thais are going to take a pregnancy test. And then they're going to have like a big group therapy. They're going to bring back Dr. Persia, and they're going to talk about what happened with Thais and Shekinah. And Patrick's going to have a lot of opinions about it. He's just going to be like, what, Shekinah, you told my wife to go back to her country. She was like, I came in here expecting an apology, and then Rebecca's going to say a few words, and it's just going to cause a whole thing. Sarper's just going to be quiet. It's just going to be a whole big mess next week. So, yeah. I wish Shekinah and Sarper would have left after that fight, because they are dragging the group down. And take Rebecca with you, because they're the ones dragging the group down, because like nobody can concentrate on their issues because they're too worried about Shekinah. I will admit everybody's too worried about Shekinah at this point. I will admit that and stuff, instead of worrying about their problems. But that's just the energy that Shekinah brings. So that was that. Anyway, guys, that was basically it of the episode. Like I said, not too much went down. All right, guys, I'm going to get off here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Oh, breaking news. I will be on Kiki and Kipit's channel later to do a recap 90 Day Fiance. So I'll see you guys over on that. That was like literally last spur of the moment, last minute decision here. So I'll be on later on over there on Kiki and Kipit's to do the 90 Day Fiance recap. And then I'll be back on my channel tomorrow to do little singles. So hopefully, and if you guys are on the East Coast, stay safe. We're supposed to get big thunderstorms today. My area is supposed to get hit hard today. So I'm a little worried about that. I hope my power doesn't go out while I'm filming with Mary from Kiki and Kibitz. So be on the lookout for that. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much, and I'll see y'all again soon. Bye, y'all.